Very good morning, cadets. Hope you have gone through my previous video session. In the last video class, I explained about the preamble of South African Constitution. The preamble of South African Constitution explains about how the democratic values cherished in South Africa and how the Constitution of South Africa incorporated the democratic values in their constitution. So we studied in detail about the preamble of South African Constitution. Hope you have gone through that video. Today let us study the topic of why do we need a constitution. It is very natural question that why we should have the constitution, what is the need of the constitution. So today let us understand the need for the constitution. That is what we explain. Why do we need constitution? In this topic, Africa is an example for a good constitution, and the constitution where the oppressor and oppressed, they plan to live together. So oppressor and oppressed both plan to live together in the South African Constitution, new constitution, and very important, both agree to live together as equals. Why this point is very important? Because as we read in the previous chapter, as a previous lesson, whites in South Africa harassed the blacks or the local South Africans. So if they wanted, they would have been taken revenge, but it is not happened. That is what it is said. They are all happy to live to be equal, and it was not going to be easy for them to trust each other. They had their own fears. Means the white minority had a fear that once the dominance of local or the native started, then there is a possibility of taking revenge. So they wanted to safeguard their interest. The black majority was keen to ensure that the democratic principles of majority rule was not compromised. So the black majority and the white majority, the black majority, the democratic government, they promised that so the majority principle should not be compromised, and they wanted social and economic rights. The white minority was keen to protect its privileges and property. The whites, basically they were Europeans who were settled down in Africa. So they want that there should be protection for their life, property, privileges, for the rights. So that was their demand. So after a long negotiation, both parties means the whites and the local natives agreed to a compromise. The white agreed the principle of majority rule and that of one person, one vote. So white agreed for the principle of one person, one vote. They also agreed to accept some basic rights for the poor and the workers. So poor and the workers, they agreed for some kind of rights. The blacks agreed that the majority rule would not be absolute. They agreed that the majority would not take away the property of the white minority. This compromise was not so easy. How was this compromise going to be implemented? Even if they managed to trust each other, what was the guarantee that this trust will not be broken in the future? Now you see, somehow black and whites reached the agreement of living in a harmonious or a peaceful society. Even though they agreed for time being, what is a guarantee that this trust will be maintained in future? That's the reason why, how the trust will not be broken in future. So that was their question. So that's the reason why they designed constitution. The only way to build and maintain the trust, what was that? That is, write down some rules and the game that everyone would abide. It is what? So why we should today we follow traffic rules, regulations? Because it's all not abstract, it is in a written form. The same way the people of South Africa believed that whatever the rules and regulations should be written down and everyone should be abide by the rules. These rules lay down how the rulers are to be chosen in the future. What do you mean by rulers are chosen to be in the future? In the sense, what is the system in which the government is elected? That is what rulers are chosen in the future. These rules also determine what the elected government are empowered to do and what they cannot do. Now what does it mean? It is very clearly said that the elected government is given power. Elected government is given power to do something. At the same time, elected government is not absolute. I repeat, elected government is not absolute. That elected government also got their own limitations. That is what they cannot do. So what they can do, what they cannot do, that is also clearly written down in the constitution. Finally, these rules decides the rights of the citizen. So finally what happened? These rules decides the right of the citizen. These rules will work only if the winner cannot change them so easily. Now, whenever we speak about the rule, the toughness of rule is purely decided on how it can be changed. So, if someone is not allowed to change the rule so easily, then it is considered as tough rules. This is what the South Africans did. They agreed on some basic rules. They also agreed that these rules will be supreme, that no government will be able to ignore the rules. So what was the basic principles here? They said that rules will be done, at the same time Rules cannot be violated or underestimated by anyone So constitution will be supreme law of the nation. No government will be able to ignore the constitution. This set of basic rules is called as a constitution. Now let us go through once again briefly. So what is constitution? Constitution is something which is supreme. Constitution is a written document which is above government. I repeat, Constitution is a written document which is above government, which is supreme. No government will be able to ignore the Constitution. Means government should follow the rules and regulations mentioned in the Constitution. At the same time, Constitution cannot be changed by anyone so easily. That is what? The winner cannot change the Constitution very easily. It can be changed, but by following certain tough procedures. So, thus, Constitution is a set of basic rules and regulations. Please write down what is Constitution. Constitution is set of basic rules and regulations which are very supreme, which are above government, or no government can ignore rules and regulations mentioned in the Constitution. So that is the meaning of Constitution. Constitution making is not unique to South Africa. Now don't think that only South Africa is the only country in the world which made a constitution. It's not like that. Many countries in the world, of course, have their own independent constitution. Every country has a diverse group of population. So in India we have Hindu, Muslims, Jains, Buddhists, Parsis. We have a regional culture, the North Indian culture, South Indian culture. Everything is different. Our food habits, dress habits, festivals, language. So that is what we have, a diverse or a different population in India. Same way, every country has diverse population or diverse group of people. Their relationship may not have been as bad as that between whites and blacks in South Africa. Like in India, we have nearly 7 major religious groups, but exploitation level between or among the religious group was not so bad like South Africa. Very few examples are there where the local people are exploited by the foreigners. Of course, before independence it was done in India, but after independence definitely we followed the concept of tolerance. But all over the world people have difference of opinion and interest. So people have different opinion, people have different interest, whether democratic or non-democratic. Most countries of the world need to have these basic rules and regulations. So most of the countries should have certain basic rules and regulations. When there is no basic rules and regulations, it is very difficult to do administration. For example, a peaceful or happy home means what? There should be some guiding principles laid by your parents. How our school works, you know very well. We have SRO, school routine order, a principal's directive. We have rules and regulations in our own school. That's the reason why school is functioning very smoothly. Thus, that's very important that any country for that matter in the world should have certain basic rules. This applies not just to government. Any association needs to have its constitution. It could be a club in your area or a cooperative society. Thus, constitution of a country is a set of rules and regulations. Please write down the meaning of constitution. Thus, the constitution of a country is set of rules that are accepted by all people living together in a country. Let me explain you the first one. So what is constitution then? Constitution of a country is a set of written rules. So here you have to understand two major points. One, it is not a single rule. It is a set of rules. For example, in India, how to conduct election, it is mentioned in the constitution. What are the fundamental rights? It is mentioned in the constitution. What are the fundamental duties of the citizen of our country? It is mentioned in the constitution. How central government should perform? Mentioned in the constitution. Like that, we have set of rules and regulations. That is what it is very clearly that it is a set of written rules. Now why written? Why written? Because written is something which guarantees. If someone says that I will hereby appoint you to this post, he just gives you a call and explains you. Or imagine he gives in a written order. In which case you feel more comfortable? In a written order. The same way, why the constitution is written? Because it guarantees the people about their rights and duties. Constitution is a supreme law that determines a relationship among the people living in a territory. So what is supreme in a country? That is constitution. So in India, who is ultimate? That is the constitution, not the government. So constitution is a supreme that determines how people should live in a defined territory. Territory means geographical area. So what is territory means? Defined geographical area. For example, what is the defined geographical area of India is Kashmir to Kanyakumari, Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh. We can't extend our boundary tomorrow morning. This is not possible. We have a defined geographical area. So defined geographical area, that's called territory. And also a relationship between people and the government. So constitution clearly explains how people should support government. It also explains how government should be supporting the welfare of the people. So it is clearly explains the relationship between people and the government. So today let us conclude with what is constitution. You can write lot of meaning. First one you can write constitution is the supreme law of the nation. You can also explain that constitution is a set of rules and regulations which are in a written form. You can also write constitution defines the relationship between people and the government. So constitution is supreme law of the country. Constitution guarantees rights and duties. So for example, if in the examination question is asked, explain or define constitution, so you should be able to write the meaning of constitution at least 4 to 5 sentences. So in a democratic country, constitution is supreme law of the nation. That is what we say. Constitution is the supreme law of the nation in a democratic setup. So cadets, please write down what is explained and keep write, make a separate notebook, write down all the points, because when you're back to the school you should have all those notes related to each and every chapter. Take care. Wish you a wonderful day. Thank you.